On the news highlights, a federal government announces new gas price for electricity generating companies. First Lady Remi Tinubu calls for early diagnosis intervention as global communities mark World Autism Day. Plus, Joint Admission and Matriculation Board uncovers 1,665 fake A-level results during deregistration. Good afternoon. Do you love and care about Rivers State and our peace? Let's build and take her to greater heights. This is a task we must all accomplish. You can watch Rstv News live on YouTube at Rstv Online and Facebook at Rstv22 Online. You can also subscribe and click on the notification bell for updates on our live feeds. Good afternoon, my name is Ebere Inda, and thanks for joining us on the News at 3 today on Rstv. Minister of Transportation, Senator Saidu Alkali, has reiterated the federal government's commitment to facilitate trade and drive regional development, the narrow gauge with new branch lines and transshipment facilities. The report.
The minister, who was accompanied by members of the Federal Ministry of Transportation, was received by the management of China Civil Engineering Construction Corporation Nigeria Limited at the Port Harcourt International Airport, Omagwa. Alkali explained that, though finance is a major challenge, the federal government is committed to completing all rail line projects, including standard and narrow gauge across the country, adding that this is the second time he is coming to Port Harcourt for the inspection of the rail line since he assumed office as Minister for Transportation.
This is the second time I'm in Port Harcourt for the inspection of the rail line since I assumed office as the Minister of Transportation. Of course, they gave us much, but I'm sure while we were doing the inspection, we witnessed when I was trying to extract a commitment from the consultant and the contractor as well. Because the last time I was here, they said much. The contract was awarded by the past administration. So when we took over, we are trying to sort out the financing because there is no way you can start the project without making all the arrangements for the finances. So as soon as the finances is ready, fine, we are going to start.
He noted that the first phase of the project from Port Harcourt to Aba has made significant strides and met crucial milestones towards completion, and that the March deadline for operation has been extended to April due to some exigencies and technicalities of the work, as noted by the contractors.
You see, not only Port Harcourt to Aba, because Port Harcourt to Aba is only passenger. I'm trying also to extract a commitment how soon they can link Port Harcourt to Port Harcourt Port and on a port, so that we'll be able to start freight from the two seaports to Aba. If somebody promises you to deliver in March, if for any reason he is able to deliver in April, I think it's fine, you can manage with that.
The contractors revealed that although they experienced challenges as the rainy season and the sit-at-home order in the Eastern Corridor, they are satisfied with the minister's inspection, and his report has now shifted to ongoing maintenance before the commencement of official operations. The rehabilitation and reconstruction of Port Harcourt Maiduguri Eastern Narrow Gauge Project, with a total length of 2044.1 km and spanning across 12 states of Nigeria, is spearheaded by the Federal Ministry of Transportation and led by vitalized crucial rail networks, remains pivotal in enhancing transportation infrastructure, facilitating trade and driving regional development.
Chukwudi Dimpa Foundation, a non-profit organization, is embarking on a new program tagged Tech 230 project, designed to empower 230 youths in Rivers State with in-demand digital skills. The program was flagged off at the Tech Up Port Harcourt 2024 conference that had the theme Tech to Innovate, Build to Sustain. Namdi Olimini reports that the program was organized in collaboration with Havok's Tech Hub.
The digital skills revolution has continued to gather momentum, with many youths developing interest in the emerging industry to acquire employable skills and fit into global trends. In recognition of this development, Chukwudi Dimpa Foundation has taken the bull by the horn to provide free digital training to youth in the state in several areas, including graphic design, product design, data analysis, website development, and cybersecurity. Unveiling the portal for registration, President Chukwudi Dimpa Foundation Adesin Anume called on youths to use the opportunity to acquire tech skills because that is the way to go. According to him, the training program would be an annual event targeted at youths without digital skills, and there will be a follow-up to assess their performances and provide further assistance to them.
What we're doing today is to partner with the Tech Up Port Harcourt to train 230 individuals across the 23 local governments in Rivers State, including non-indigens. Felt it was necessary to take them off the streets instead of having them loiter all around the street. Try to give them a sense of livelihood.
The Dimpa Foundation, Dapa Solomon, and the representative of Havoc's Tech Hub, Paul Aminibo, said the 3 months physical training program on digital skills has the capacity to make the beneficiaries not only self-employed but train others and contribute to national development.
This program is one of its kind in Rivers State to train 230 youths across the state. So it's a program that we are looking at bringing people who are not into tech or those who have interest or passion for tech.
If this opportunity is created, you can see people grow exponentially, which of course will contribute to the growth of economy in our state, Rivers State.
In a goodwill message, Head South National Information Technology developed the youth to explore the world of information technology, where numerous opportunities abound. There were presentations by the Rivers State Microfinance Agency and other information technology experts and organizations. Nnamdi Olimini, Rstv News.
And now, in a bid to equip the youth and women with useful skills that would enable them become self-employed and employers of labor, a non-governmental organization, Caprica Empowerment Foundation, has organized a 3-day free skills acquisition program for the youth in Rivers State. Again, Nnamdi Olimini reports that the beneficiaries of the program were also presented with starter packs and cash awards.
The Chief Executive Officer of Caprica Empowerment Foundation, Joyce Caprica, said the purpose of the Skills Acquisition Program is to empower youths, women and widows that would make them self-reliant. She said this is the maiden edition of the exercise and would cover all the local government areas of Rivers State and the South-South zone of the country to reach as many beneficiaries as possible. According to her, the training focuses on several skills including digital marketing, video editing, data analysis, makeup, microblading, cosmetology, shoe and soap making, and hair making, among others. The Chief Executive Officer further appealed to relevant government agencies to partner the organization to subsidize the cost of the training to accommodate a larger number of participants.
I want to touch life by making youth to have that skill they can develop to youth and support themselves and the family and also contribute to society at large.
The guest speaker, Emeka Nobis, commended Caprica Empowerment Foundation for the initiative, as it will go a long way in solving the problem of unemployment in the country, and urged the benefit to
become hard and skilled so that they can make something for their lives and for themselves and take care of their families and also be a greater blessing to the community at large.
Some of the participants thanked the non-governmental organization for empowering them with the skills and assured that they would make good use of it.
So if you don't have a skill, you don't have anything you're doing, make sure you have one today. Because in Nigeria we are in.
Big thank you to them, to Caprica Enterprise. Not easy. I pray for more blessings and more favors to her and her business.
Nnamdi Olimini, Rstv News.
Traders and fishermen have benefited people of Wakrika extraction. It was initiated by the Education and Human Capacity Development Directorate and featured launching of the Education Endowment Fund. Her report.
President of Wakrika National Congress, Mr. David Solomon, said in order to build stronger children instead of repairing broken adults, the Congress decided to give proper guidance and support to the youth to enable them to fend for themselves and impart their acquired knowledge and skills to others. Mr. Solomon NC has a blueprint not to only create wealth capacity through the acquisition projects and support educational excellence. The president called on all sons and daughters of Wakarike to contribute their quota to effect a progressive, united, and developed Wakarike nation.
And all of these is a way of contributing to not just to our immediate communities, which is the Wakarike community, but to the larger Nigerian community to help our community members to grow, whether it's in trade or whether it's in education and otherwise. So basically, that's what WNC represent.
Keynote speaker and public administrator Dr. Joel Augustus Dadie, while describing education as the training of an individual, said it is expected to make responsible marks in our scientific and technological development. Dwelling on the topic, education, community response, the lecturer prayed the people of Wakarike to be deliberately involved in the education of their indigenous people in all spheres of life and proffered various ways to be proactive. He also harped on basic challenges of education in Kirke Bese, some of which are finance, poor funding, absence of modern teaching and instructional aids, absenteeism of pupils and students, shortage of teachers, illiteracy and poverty, environmental challenges, negative peer groups influence, among others.
To the youths, especially of Okrika, not to give up. No matter the situation, they shouldn't give up. There is poverty in the land. Don't soil your hands. Don't look for one business you want to run or something. Do something meaningful.
For the traditional rulers, His Royal Majesty Achesenimie Micah Frank Bololuka VIII and His Royal Majesty Abiye Iyo Omobarebi First of Omobarabiama gave words of advice to the WNC to take its vision to the next level. Rectorate and Wakarika USA for their show of love and support.
This has given me a much bigger opportunity to give back to my community, and I plan to help students my age to be able to further their education.
As a fashion designer, with the money that will be given to me, I can be able to establish my own business.
I just want your papers, please.
Sir.
Salary plenty, oh. No wonder I no gree collect roja from my hand.
Shut up, sir.
I'm here to bail my younger brother.
This is Rstv World News. We bring you world-class news, accurate, first-hand, entertaining, balanced analysis. Rstv, Channel 22 Port Harcourt.
Thank you very much for standing by, and now the rest of the news. Federal government says it is addressing the root cause of the challenges in the patience with the Tinubu administration, saying the temporary gaps in the country. The minister said President Tinubu had set up presidential mentoring initiative and committed a seed capital of about 75 billion naira to ensure that at least 2 million meters are installed in the next 5 years. He said the PMI would harmonize all other mass metering initiatives under one umbrella and ensure that the project takes off immediately. The federal government has announced a new price of Nigerian midstream and downstream petroleum regulatory authority, unveiled the new domestic base price and wholesale prices of natural gas for 2024, third and fourth schedule of the PIA 2021, which mandated the regulator to determine the domestic base price and the marketable wholesale price of natural gas supplied to strategic sectors. And our National Economic Council (NEC) will reconcile or reconvene later this month as most state governments have submitted their reports on establishment of state police. This came to the fore that no fewer than 10 states had begun the process of deploying forest guards to protect farmers and flush out bandits. Spokesperson for Vice President Kashim Shettima, Stanley Nkwocha, had revealed that NEC was still awaiting reports from 20 states, expressing confidence that others would support. However, no details were given about the specific state, but Nkwocha affirmed that the total number would be presented at the next NEC meeting, even as the compilation is agreed to recruit forest rangers and invest in more training to keep the nation's forests and borders safe. Meanwhile, the Council Secretary, Nebolisa Anapo, confirmed that most states had submitted reports, adding that the next meeting is scheduled to hold on April 18. Chaired by the Vice President, the Council meets monthly to execute its mandate of advising the President concerning the economic affairs of the Federation, and in particular on measures necessary for coordinating of the economic planning efforts or economic programs of the various governments of the Federation. Diagnosis and intervention as the world marks Autism Awareness Day. In a statement today, the First Lady explained that an early diagnosis and intervention were crucial to ensure individuals with autism reach their full potential. Acknowledging the challenges when caring for patients and families with autism, she advised parents and caregivers to pay more attention to autistic patients and seek help when necessary. The theme of this year's World Autism Awareness Day is Empowering Autistic Voices. Now, the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board said it has uncovered at least 1,665 fake A-level results during the 2023 direct entry regime was characterized by corruption associated with the system. The registrar, Professor Isaac Oloyede, disclosed this when he received the leadership of the National Association of Nigerian Colleges of Education students in his office today in Abuja. He said out of this figure, 397 were from colleges of education, 453 were university diplomas, and the rest were other A-level certificates. The registrar recalled that in the past, when a candidate applied for direct entry, the board would simply ask awarding institutions to do the necessary screening and due diligence. He stated that JAMB was shocked by the revelations from Bayero University, Kano, where out of the 148 direct entry applications to the institution, only 6 of the certificates forwarded for processing were genuine. The registrar added that it was the discovery of the fraud that prompted the meeting of critical stakeholders who met to chart ways of combating the menace, and that the board has put in place a no verification, no admission policy. According to the registrar, the modification to ungoodness of the certificates before they complete their direct entry registration. And now on the foreign scene, President Felix Tshisekedi of the Democratic Republic of Congo has announced the appointment of Judith Suminwa Tuluka as the country's first female prime minister. This landmark decision fulfills a campaign promise made by President Tshisekedi and marks a significant step towards gender equality in Congolese politics. Judith Suminwa Tuluka, a former planning minister, assumes her new role at a critical juncture for the nation, particularly in the strife-torn eastern region. Addressing the nation in her inaugural speech, Prime Minister Tuluka pledged to prioritize peace and development efforts, particularly in the conflict-ridden eastern provinces. However, Prime Minister Tuluka's appointment comes amid the arduous task of forming a new government, a process expected to involve intensive negotiations with various political factions. The situation in eastern Congo remains there, with numerous armed groups vying for control and perpetuating a cycle of violence, has reiterated his commitment to addressing the root causes of the violence. And our reports reaching our news desk has it that 3 children aged 12 have been wounded at Tola School before today and urged local residents to remain indoors. The school has 800 students and 90 staff, as children were told to stay in the classrooms after the attack. In capital Helsinki, after the long Easter weekend, the police said this is the district of northern Helsinki, adding that he had been carrying a firearm which they had taken from him. Prime Minister Petteri Orpo described the shooting as profoundly upsetting and said his thoughts were with the victims and their families, as well as everyone at the school. Vehter is Finland's 4th biggest city with some 240,000 residents, but it is widely known as a country of hunters and gun enthusiasts and has 430,000 licensed gun owners in a population of 5.5 million, according to government statistics. International food charity World Central Kitchen WCK is suspending its operations in Gaza following the death of 7 of its workers in an Israeli airstrike. The charity said those killed were part of an aid convoy that was leaving a warehouse in central Gaza. It said that it will be making decisions about the future of its work soon. According to the charity, the aid convoy was hit when leaving the Deir al-Bala warehouse, where the team had unloaded more than 100 tons of humanitarian food aid brought to Gaza on the maritime route. The convoy was made up of 3 vehicles, including 2 that were armored. WCK said it had coordinated the convoy's movement, with also blamed Israel. According to WCK, the workers who died were Australian, Polish, British, Palestinian, and a dual US-Canadian citizen. And now on entertainment news, singer Timi Dakolo celebrates wife Busola Dakolo for their marriage anniversary. Elizabeth Benjamin takes a look at this and other entertainment stories.